Hey, it's Maverick from nrdstr. Psychedelic, trippy, liquid, gross, yummy, sticky, bubbly, oily looking.
Yum.
Here's a couple artists that I think are doing the psychedelic liquid art style really well. We're going to start a project at 1920 by 1080, throwing some stars in the background. That seems to be a popular selection. I'm going to create another layer, and on this layer, we're just going to make a gradient. You could choose whatever colors you like. I'm going to be using the nrdstr color palette. The meat of this video is going to take place in the Liquify Effect. I see quite a few videos about this, but I feel like they don't ever talk about any of the other functions of this tool. If you see on the left side, you can see that there's quite a few other tools in this tool. This main push tool is great for getting those beginning wispy pushes and pulls and everything like that. However, there are other tools on this side. So one of the ones that I really like lately is the twist, which is the one I have selected right now. Depending on the density, pressure, and rate and size, you can get these different varying holes almost that in the end look like bubbles in your composition. Sorry if you're seeing any glitching. I believe that has to do with frame rates and the screen capture. I'm still working on that. I'll have that fixed by next video. Right now I'm using the rebuild, which just kind of puts everything back to where it was before you started using the Liquify tool. The next option down is the smooth, which just smooths everything out. There's also a pucker and a bloat tool. They do exactly what they sound like, and those are also good tools to use. You can sometimes pucker or bloat those little tiny liquid holes. The one I'm using here is the mask, which just means like if you have a certain area that you don't want it to affect, you can just block those areas out. The real key to this style is time. Just spending time with it. It's a very therapeutic process, and see here I'm changing the blending mode to a color dodge, I believe, and just to get some cool color look. I can also see those stars kind of coming through in some spots where they're really shining through in the holes. Here I'm coming back and just adjusting some more. Now you could literally just keep going round and round and keep using the Liquify tool, and sometimes you could add another layer if you wanted to of color on top of that and then go in and push and pull more around. That's the tutorial. I really just want, if you are watching this, to go in and have a, like I said, therapeutic. It's a very relaxing thing to do, to just push color around and see what you can make. The twist function is definitely something that I think was a game changer for me when I started doing these. The twist function, being able to get those kind of random holes and turns and twists, definitely stepped up my composition creation. Sure. Here I'm just going to go through and do some adjustments. We're going to end up using the camera raw filter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I don't want to go into too much detail. I might save that for another tutorial. The one thing I did want to bring up, however, is in my last video I talked about texture. And in this camera raw, there is a texture, clarity, and dehaze. Texture, if you crank that, it is going to make your image look so sandy. Clarity does the same thing. It's just bringing up the clarity. Vibrance is just saturation type move. Same with saturation. I think that's why they're even put next to each other. They have similar vibes. The very end of the selection of options here in this almost like channel strip of effects is the grain, and that's something that's definitely useful. Noise reduction I try not to use too much because I'm a person that kind of likes the noise in my art. The noise reduction, however, you can kind of use that to smoothen out certain gritty, gross things that you may not like in your image. Artifacts, I think, might be a good word for that. All right, so I mean, that's pretty much my image here. I'm going to just kind of play around with some color and see if I can make this something that I might use or something that I like. I think I only got a little bit of time left here on this video. Just trying to find a glow that I might like. I think I'm going to throw some dust in the background just from one of the texture packs we have on hand. You could throw anything in the background back there. I'm just dust in hair works. And that's pretty much the image. You could use any, you don't have to use the N, obviously. You could use any text or anything like that that you wanted to use. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please subscribe, hit the like button, share it maybe a bell, maybe, please.